Last part of the three-part series, I wanted to, get in your face about this information because it's so important to me. It's like, to me, this is like the end all science. It's my final destination, and I truly want to kind of gift wrap it and send it over to you guys so you can begin your journey of fulfillment, holisticness, and a whole brain use. Um, it's brought so many, it's helped me see so many options that are available to me. The more I practice this, the more puzzle pieces that are delivered to me for me to assemble, to make it into whatever I desire. It's that incredible, okay? Leonardo da Vinci was he's my guru. I just want to like give a huge shout out to the guy. I know you're there with us. It's important what you've left behind for us. It's really important to me. He discovered, and what I discovered along the way, is that when we were brought into this world, we were neither left or a right-handed person. You see, we've only developed one or the other as a result of doing as we were told, or by observation, mimicry. We became dexterous, or we became very, good with using one and not so much the other. The same idea, you could say psychologically or philosophically, we could be brought up into a democratic society or a communistic society and kind of embody the virtues or the philosophy of that society and calling it our own. So Leonardo da Vinci knew this as much as I did, because him and I, we shared the same past. And the more he used his left hand, because he was right-hand dominant, the more he used his left hand, the more he understood that we were completely given half-truth as a result of just avoiding our left hand. So, in looking back and analyzing all my experiences, I can totally tell that I can just, based on what I learned, my dad had always said, use your right hand, because it was the right thing to do, Danny. Use your right hand. And then I'd go through life and I'd hear more and more of those comments. And I just thought it was strange to me, but I never confronted that idea. Until, I want to say, 4 to 5 years ago, when I and my brother got onto this practice of using our left hand. When I first started the use of my left hand, I was confronted by a lot of impatience. Brushing my teeth took 3 times as long as it normally would with my right hand. Writing with my left hand was difficult. I couldn't even draw a straight line or a circle, let alone alphabets and assembling alphabets into words into sentences, and that into paragraphs. I couldn't do any of that. But it was through persistence and an understanding of what Leonardo da Vinci left behind in his work that I stuck with it. And over the years, the more I did it, the more I became whole. I was the guy who was on both sides of the fences, both spiritual and a physical world. I just understood more the patterns of life, the contrasting nature of life, the yin and the yang, right? And now I know that being holistic isn't about religion. It's about discovering the other half of who you are so that you can become whole again. And in becoming whole again, you are forced to see all of life for what it is, which is at the root essence of what life is all about. Energy. All of life was built on this idea called energy. Once you understand energy, you can understand how all things behave exactly, and their rules of engagement follows the golden rules of energy. And that's how I became the person I am today. And I want to give a huge shout out to my man, Leonardo da Vinci. Man, I love you, brother, man. It's so powerful, and after all of these years just looking for the answers and just looking and observing what you've left behind, I finally understood it. I understand it now, and I want to thank you. And I urge everyone out there who wants to understand more of what life's all about, and who wants to get the other half of the puzzle pieces, who wants to know, who wants to develop 100% of their brain power as opposed to utilize only 10 to 15%. Man, guys, this is the end all science. I've been practicing this for about 3 to 5 years, more consciously in the past 3 years, and I'm considered ambidextrous. I can use my right hand and my left hand on virtually anything. As a matter of fact, the most difficult was using a chopstick left-handed, and I have a couple of different techniques in using my chopstick left-handed, and I studied my right hand, and my right hand taught my left hand, right? In throwing a football, basketball, I shoot left-handed. It challenges your patience. It challenges all the ugly stuff, all the, insecurities about yourself, because truly when you start again fresh with your left hand, you're like a kid who can barely walk among men who can run and sprint. You get ridiculed at first, or you get praised for it. Majority of my friends praise me for it. They think it's weird. At the same time, they think it's rare. And they can embrace it because it matches up with my philosophy in life. And I wanted to share that with everyone. Those out there that are looking for hope. The more you can understand this, the more you can understand all of this stuff that I want to share with you about manifestations. The really cuckoo stuff that are perceived that way. But it's once you understand more of patterns, becoming more whole again, it's easier for you to digest what manifestation's all about, the invisible world, all of the other cool stuff that I've only come to know in the past 3 years. But it's powerful, man. My life, I'm so blessed at this very moment, and I want the same. You guys basically to share in my same experience and be able to connect with all of those who you wish to connect with. Thank you again for listening. I'm there with you.